Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon. Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. So this is Chetan and this is the Vivo Z1 Pro, the upcoming smartphone from Vivo. We've used it for quite some time to see if things have changed with the FunTouch OS. Though there's quite a lot of things that have changed with the internals from the previous Vivo phones. This is the new series, that's the Z series. It still comes with the Android 9 Pie and the FunTouch OS. So if you have used the Vivo phones earlier, you know most of the things that are going to be present here. But if you're someone who's looking forward to a Vivo phone for the first time, there are a lot of things that you might actually like in this device because of the gesture features, the additional features that are given for the users. Something like this that just randomly popped out. It's detected that you're watching the phone, you're looking at the screen will continue to stay on for you. So these kind of features, they are present in some phones, they are not present in some phones, but they are present in this one. So this is the Vivo Z1 Pro and it comes with the 6.53-inch Full HD Plus display, a Snapdragon 712 chipset and a 5000 mAh battery. Let's start with the security options that are given in this device. It has both. The first one is this fingerprint sensor that is present on the back, and there is face unlock that is using the in-display camera of the device. So let's set them up first. If you go into the settings, you'll see the option for the fingerprint, face and password. So let's go on to check out the fingerprint, use fingerprint for unlock, and you need to set up passcode for this. So let's quickly set that up as well. Now to register a fingerprint, you'll have to place the finger on the back on that sensor and it would start registering the fingerprint here. And the registration is quite fast in a way if you see, and it now needs the edges to be tapped, and this is actually quite fast. This is all real time. I haven't made the video faster by any way. And you can use the fingerprint for not just unlocking the device but also for the privacy and app encryption. Now let's try out the fingerprint security here and see how fast is it. So you can see that it's just a simple tap on the back and it would unlock the phone. Now let's move on to the next one, that is the face unlock on this phone. Face unlock uses a 32 megapixel in-display camera that is given on the front. Now let's add a face, and these are a few instructions before you start doing that. So let's now move on and this is the face recognition that is happening. Again, you saw that it didn't take much of a time. And unlock, stay on lock screen after unlocking. This is what I would usually turn off. I wouldn't need the phone to be on lock screen. I directly need the screen to be the phone to be taking me to the home screen. And there's also screen fill light. If there is lesser light around you, it would actually brighten the screen to help in recognizing the face. Now let's try this one. And this is real time. You see that as soon as I press the finger on the power button, you see that it doesn't take any time. And that was when I closed the eyes. It took the time to wait and see if the eyes are opened and then recognize it. So there's eye registration as well on this one, and both the options are quite fast and good. And that was the first tip about the security. You can have fingerprint as well as the face unlock on this device. Next one is a basic tip that most of you would usually know about, but there is something more than that in this device. It's about the screenshot, screen recording, and longer screenshots. Regular screenshots are with the power button and the volume down button, which you can press and then it will take the screenshot. There's also an option for long screenshot that you can use here, and you don't have to do that whenever you take a screenshot, because that would be a double option. First taking a screenshot and then going to that long screenshot option. You can actually drag down from the bottom to go to that control center, and then you'll see an option of S capture. So S capture is the option that you need to go to here, because S capture has quite a few things here. So there's option for recording the screen, there's long screenshot, and also the rectangular screenshot and a funny screenshot. So for long you can do that, and even recording screen can be done here. And here display touch trajectory, so if you touch and you want to show that as well, you can do that. Recording voice can be done as well, and recording in progress you cannot do not disturb. While enabled, screen recording will not be disturbed by floating notifications. So you can start the screen recording and it would show that timer around here, and as soon as you turn that off, here's the screen recorded. So that was a live screen recording that was done, and from the same S capture you can actually go to long screenshot option as well. Next is about the display tips. Under display you have two good options. One is the dark mode and one is the eye protection mode. So let's go to the display settings and check out both of them. Under display you have firstly the eye protection. Eye protection is where it would increase the warmness of the display and reduce the blue light from the display, and the blue light reduction is mostly for keeping it easy when there is not a lot of light around, where the temperature of the screen can be changed, the color temperature. If you keep it cooler, that is when it would give fatigue to your eyes if you're using it for a longer time. So keeping it warm is what would be recommended. So it depends on how much you want it to be, and you can do it manually whenever you want. You can turn this on and change the warmth of it, or you can set a time for it to happen daily after a particular time, like evening 7 p.m. to morning 7 a.m. You can set that up, evening 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So those things can be done here on the eye protection mode. This is the blue light filter that actually is called as eye protection here. Next one is a dark mode. One of the favorites for many people would be this one, dark mode, which would be a very good dark mode actually, where you have the entire interface changed. Everything is changed here. Even the control center has dark mode, and if you go to the settings, the text now shows in white color, the icons are colored, and there is dark mode properly shown here. And this is actually one of my favorites, but for this video we actually turned this off so that we show you how to turn it on. It is under the display settings where you have to go and enable it. And again, if you are someone who uses this your phones for long at nights, you want a dark mode to be used at that time, and that is when you can schedule it so that you don't have to do that manually all the time. And these were the two important display tips, that is a dark mode as well as the blue light filter. Next tip is for the gamers. For gamers there are a couple of things. Firstly, there's Game Center that would help you get rid of the addiction, or let you know about the different stats. Here's the Game Center. This is a dedicated application that gives you all the information about the CPU, GPU, and the temperature of the device, and the different games that are tracked here. Under game data, that is what you're going to see here. You see that which game has been taking most of your time, and daily duration of how many minutes would that be, and also the data traffic statistics for the last 7 days. How much data was used by those games, particularly on Wi-Fi or mobile data. So this is an aggregate of data for the different gaming applications. If you're someone who really is worried about a lot of gaming that you have been doing around, you can check on the Game Center on how much time you have actually given to the game. Next one is the Game Cube for the gamers. Game Cube is the option that you'll find under settings. So here under Game Cube there are a set of features such as Game Assistant. Mainly that is the important part, which is the game sidebar that would show up when you're playing the game. It would show up from the left side, and there you can have the background calls turned on or off. You can block the notifications from here. And there's an esports mode. When this is on, the following functions would be enabled in the arena of Valor or Battle Royale games. Battle Royale games are include PUBG Mobile, Fortnite, as well as games like Garena Free Fire. So it would close the background applications, smart performance optimization, touchscreen optimization, and also smart temperature rising strategy. During games, game performance is still provided even when the phone temperature is high. As the performance is not compromised, the phone may stay overheated for a long time. So this is about not reducing the performance and keeping the phone warm or heated up for someone who doesn't want that hampering of the performance. There's also the 4D game vibration option, game countdown, and reject. Reject is all incoming calls not on allow some calls list will be rejected. So this is the Game Cube, and you can prevent the accidental touches. And also, if you see, these are the games that you can add here, or not that you can, let me get back to that. So you can add any application or game here, whichever games you have, and you can choose them from the list of games that you have, and that is where you'll see the Game Cube to be active, and Game Assistant showing up whenever you are playing the game. Now the next one is the set of smart motion features. These are the gesture features that you see on the phone, and there are again a set of features that are given here. First one you see is the Smart Wake. Smart Wake is a slide upward to unlock, slide downward to take a photo. This is when the screen is turned off. Let me take a couple of these things and slide upward to unlock. So when you slide that, it would unlock the phone for you. Now slide downward to take a photo. It turns on the camera and takes a photo for you. So this is the a couple of gesture features first, and then draw C to launch dialer. These are a few other options, that is shortcuts for the browser, WhatsApp, Facebook, and also to launch the email application. Next is the air operation, where you have the blank screen glance, and that is when your phone is laid flat and screen is black. Wave your palm across the top of the phone to view the phone status. So this is taking advantage of the camera here, which would be almost active all the time to see if you are glancing, and it would show you all the status there. Air unlock, when there is no lock screen password and the screen is lit, you can unlock the screen by waving your palm by 3 to 5 centimeters, which is quite a good thing. If you don't have the screen locked in any way by any fingerprint or password, then you can wave and that would unlock the screen for you when the screen is turned on. Smart turn on or off, where you'll see this double click to light and raise to wake, double tap to turn off screen. Double tap to turn off screen is where you're on one of those home screens, and that would work there. So here we aren't going to talk about all the important features, all the gesture features or whatever is available on the interface. We're going to talk only about the important ones for this particular device. Since this phone comes with a 6.53-inch display, we are going to talk about the one-handed mode as well. So here you have the option for keypad and password, keyboard and pattern, and access one-handed keyboard using gestures. So slide inward from the outer edge of the screen to zoom out the keyboard or pattern. Slide inward from the outer edge of the screen, and that is for the keyboard, and you can have it turned on for the screen as well. It's in a way tricky for the first time users, but you can always try it out, and you can change the size of the one-handed mode screen. You can change it to this small, or you can now make it larger by dragging it. And to activate it again, once again, I'll show you. You'll have to just swipe on the screen from left to right and back to left, and that would activate the one-handed mode for you. So that is present not just for the interface but also for only keyboard. If you don't want to have that active for all the screens but only for the keyboard or the keypad, you can turn that on or off. Now there's one feature that is called as motorbike mode, which is the next tip for you. Motorbike mode is where you can auto reject the calls, all the incoming calls. Actually, when you're riding a bike, you don't want any disturbances, and you can auto respond with an SMS. You can set that SMS here, and whenever enabled incoming calls will be automatically rejected and responded with the following SMS: "Hello, I am riding a motorbike. Can get back to you soon." So that is something you might actually like, because when you're riding a bike, you can turn this on. So to turn this on, you can always have a shortcut here. If it's not here, you can go to this one, and now you'll see the option of motorbike, which you can hold and drag, and as soon as you are done, if you see here, there's the option called as motorbike mode. Now when you turn this on, what will happen is it would auto reject all the calls and send an SMS to the caller on the other side and say that you are driving the motorbike, so you'll be calling later. So reject all the incoming calls. So this is how it is, and you can have the settings for it. Also, you can exit whenever you are done with your riding of the motorbike. So that is the motorbike mode, which is quite an important one for most of the users who ride bikes. And finally, there's one more feature that you should be actually knowing about. It's called as app clone, where you can have multiple accounts. Basically for people who use phones with dual SIMs, if you have a Jio or an Airtel SIM or both of them, then you can have two accounts on the same phone. Earlier that was not possible, but since Android has allowed having multiple apps of the same application, that is when you can use this app clone feature. You can turn this on for WhatsApp. Now it would clone the app, and you'll see two WhatsApp apps on the home screen. And if you see on the home screen, there's the first WhatsApp, and then there is this two WhatsApp. That's the cloned WhatsApp. You can have one number on this one and one number on the regular WhatsApp. So that is the app clone feature, which is now again common on some of the phones, but again this is something very important. And if you're wondering if the phone has that dual apps feature, that is actually here through the name of app clone. So this was a quick round of the major tips and tricks of the Vivo Z1 Pro having the FunTouch OS. It has quite a lot of other features as well, but here we were talking about only the important ones on which you can enhance your user experience, make your usage better, and we'll be coming up with some of the other battery tips, camera tips later on, because this phone already has a 5000 mAh battery, so you shouldn't really be worried about the battery life. But still, if you're someone who wants to get more out of it, then we'll be doing a video on that as well. So this was the Vivo Z1 Pro tips and tricks. I hope you like this video. If you do share and subscribe to Gizmo Times some more. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.